Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here. Now, Iron Studios has finally released the X-Men vs. Sentinel #3 diorama for pre-order. They just released it over the weekend. And in this video, I want to point out the good and the bad, what I like and what I don't like. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm here at Iron Studios official website. This is not yet at Sideshow's website, but as soon as I have that, I will have the links on the description below, so you can go and look at the information yourself. But here is the stuff that it was released. Of course, as you can see, all the X-Men figures. You see the Sentinels right there. This is the one that was released over the weekend, the third one. Very nice. I really like it. Actually, I like it more than the first one, which is this one. But in my opinion, the second one is my favorite. I really like the concept there. And of course, they also released the third one just by itself. So if you only want to get the Sentinel, it's just released like that, which is extremely nice. You can see also Archangel was released, Psylocke, Storm, and Iceman. Now we're looking at the whole diorama, and as you can see right here, it's $16.99.99. Now if you pay the deposit, that means that you have to pay 10% that is non-refundable. You can actually choose a payment plan up to 10 payments. You can pay over 10 months. On the description, as you can see, it says it's a 1/10 scale, as we know. Features limited edition, made in polystone, hand painted. We know all that. Includes Sentinel, Archangel, Iceman, Psylocke, Storm, and Shadowcat, full set exclusive. And it weighs 70 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. The dimensions right there. The release schedule is 4th quarter of 2021. Will be shipped from the warehouse in Los Angeles, California. Now, I would say this. I'm not too crazy about the release time because everything is going to be released kind of like one after the other. I wish they could have given more time for these releases instead of just piling them all on top of each other. Although this is going to be the last one. If you want to invest in the whole set, it's going to be very costly if you want to put everything on pre-order. So yeah, it's going to be very expensive. That's my only concern with this whole thing. Here in this picture, you can see the whole diorama. I really like it. I wouldn't say that I'm too crazy about, in this case, the concept or how they visualize this concept. It seems that every character, instead of fighting the Sentinel, it appears that they're fighting alongside the Sentinel. Which the only two characters that actually are fighting the Sentinel here is, in this case, Storm and Iceman. Beyond that, they're kind of working alongside the Sentinel. So I don't know, it's just something that I have to point out. I like the concept, don't get me wrong. I really love the concept. The Sentinel is well done. I like this diorama more than the first diorama. The mobility of the Sentinel feels more natural. He's about to fight. So they're really doing a good job on this. As you can see, great concept. Really love the paint job as well. Really well done. Love the clear resin right there to really represent the power of Iceman. Very nice. Again, look at the paint job. Really well done. This concept is great. I love the exclusive, which is a Shadowcat. Too bad that there's only exclusives to the dioramas. Each diorama has an exclusive, like the second one has Juggernaut. But I really like her. Well done. Really good job. Good paint job on this prototype. I wouldn't say that I'm too crazy about Archangel. For some reason, I'm just not crazy about the face, not crazy about the pose. Of course, I like the fact that he has extended wings and all, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem right in my opinion, or it seems okay. I'm not going to say that it's bad. It just seems okay. Iceman looks great. He's fighting the Sentinel. Although I would say, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not crazy about clear resin, particularly with Iceman. Many companies have produced Iceman with the clear resin. It just, you lose some detail of on the sculpt when you do that. It is fine for the power, for the character. I wish he had a little more color. I do love Psylocke. She looks hot here. Psylocke is a great character, one of my favorite characters in the X-Men. She looks terrific. Did a fantastic job, whoever did the work, and she's actually cutting the Sentinel. She looks great. This is a nice piece. I wish there was actually, instead of being painted translucent, it would have been nice, just the same way they did with this this flame right here, which is actually part of Storm's power. Again, this is I would say my second favorite in the whole set and the whole collection. I like it more than the first one. I do like the second one more, the one with Juggernaut, Magneto, and Gambit, I think that one looks terrific. But this comes in second in my opinion. Looks great. They all look great. Don't get me wrong. Every piece has been done very nicely. Some imperfections here and there, perhaps, or some nitpicks, but beyond that, it's a great concept. Again, love Storm right there, and love the power surge going through the Sentinel, kind of destroying his arm. Very nice. I wish there was a light-up feature actually on this piece instead of, this is Photoshop, of course. Very tall piece, as you can see. It's 87 centimeters, 34.2 inches, which is really, really tall. And it's 32 kilograms, which is 70.5 pounds. So it's a huge piece. Very nice concept. Now, if you're only interested on getting the Sentinel and getting the pieces separate, of course, you can get the Sentinel by itself. It's $1,200, still steep. You still have to pay you can still pay the deposit, and you can, choose the payment plan, as you can see right there. So it's everything the same as we saw before. It's the same piece. The only difference, of course, is that it doesn't have the extra parts. To me, it's nice if you want to choose them separately and you want to kind of create your own display. However, you're not going to get Shadowcat. And to me, that's a big bummer. So the difference between this and the other, ultimately, it's cheaper just to get the whole set instead of just getting everything separate. And you're still not going to get the extra characters that come with each diorama, which are exclusive to each diorama. However, looking at the concept is great. It's the same thing. Of course, they don't get to see the destruction of his arm or anything like that. But it's the same eyes from Iceman, all of that. I know some people might get this. It's probably going to be some collectors that are not only going to get the whole sets, they're also going to get the separate parts, and they're going to recreate whatever. So it's like, if you're really looking forward to get a Sentinel, in my opinion, this is a great form. These are not huge pieces, but also they can really go well if you really come to think of it with a 1/6 scale. So if you're really looking for another Sentinel that is not too huge, if you have a problem with the space, definitely this is not going to be as big. Of course, like probably if you come to think like a 1/6 scale, it's going to be around here, on kind of like in the middle. But still, it's better than, I would say, the Sentinel that was created by Bowen, and in many cases almost at the same price of the one that was created by Sideshow. It's kind of the same, on the same scale. So as another option if you're interested on that. We're looking now to the X-Men pieces, and the price is $169.99 for all of them. Some people have complained about the price. They say it's a bit steep, particularly with some characters like Iceman. They say, well, it's just a basic construct. It's a basic sculpt, and I would agree to a certain extent. Now you can pay in full $169.99, $170 plus shipping, of course, or you can pay a deposit, which is 10% again, and you can actually separate this into 5 payments, which is not bad at all. So definitely you can buy them separate if you want to really kind of count your pennies and pay little by little. Yeah, definitely this is an option. I really like the concept. Again, I'm not crazy about the clear resin per se when it comes about Iceman, because he unfortunately he hides a lot of the detail in the sculpt. And that's the reason why a lot of people are going to complain. They're going to say, well, I don't see much on this. This is a basic sculpt. It is not basic. It's a great sculpt. And clear resin is, in many ways, it's actually more expensive to produce than just basic polystone that is later painted. So this has a little bit of a shading. As you can see, some of that blue has to be, they have to use some shading. So yeah, there is a lot of work involved in this process. If you come up close, you can see the detail. Unfortunately, because it's clear resin, from afar, you're not going to be able to see it. Now, the only solution to that is give him more like a snow color, like they did with Bowen designs and some of the pieces. And that will make it look better and the detail will shine. But for some reason, a lot of people love this clear color or this clear resin for Iceman. Sideshow has done that. A lot of custom pieces have done that. Even the newest statue for Diamond Select, the 1/6 scale, also is clear resin. Never been a fan of the clear resin, particularly with Iceman, because it happens that you don't get to see the detail. But of course, it's a matter of choice. Some people like it. And ultimately, I'm not doubting, or I'm not saying that this piece is bad or you shouldn't add it to your collection. It's beautiful, in my opinion. As you can see, this is give you a better image of the scale. And I still think it's just a piece that it's a must-have if you are collecting this series. Now, we have Archangel, the same thing, same price. This piece, I like this actually. Now that it's separate from the whole piece, it looks better. Now you can see more of the detail. The extended wings are huge for this scale. Very nice. Again, I'm not, I would say, too crazy about in this case the face or part of the sculpt, but you know, I would say that it's a nice concept. It's a must if you are collecting this series. Very nice. This is kind of like the partial hand, which is very interesting. Nice concept. Actually, a good concept, just to make, you know, to put him in the air so it looks like he's flying. So that was a very smart. The internal parts of the Sentinel arm, and it's nice that they added all this. This is supposed to be like smoke. They would have maybe a clear resin on the smoke or some other type of resin that look a lot better than that. It would have been nice if you got two interchangeable portraits on this piece, and you can even actually make the piece more expensive if you wanted to, probably up the price. Not only with the long hair, but also, you know, with the hair cover. That's, you know, the two different concepts that happened in the 90s for the character. In my opinion, would have been nice, but they didn't do it. This is a close-up of the face. Again, the face is fine. I'm okay with it. Not too crazy about all this detail on his suit. It's more modern per se. It just adds detail to the piece, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite thing. And as you can see right here, this is the concept where actually you can include these two pieces with Psylocke together and the arm put it together. So it's kind of nice. What I like about is the fact that they're all thinking not only in terms of the original set, but for other people that are not going to be able to collect the original set or the big sets. So this gives options to the collectors. And that's good. And as you can see, this is a very tall piece. It's 40 centimeters with that arm. So it is not a small piece. And the price, again, I think is fair. Now we're looking at Psylocke, and this is part of the other arm. And in my opinion, it's great. I really like this Psylocke concept. It's a very nice sculpt. Really like it. Very good. Of course, she looks gorgeous there. And they did a good job, and I'm glad that they're doing this concept with the arm and they're able to actually pair it with Archangel. That's super neat, well thought out, and I really love it. I love the detail, the paint job, even the purple in the hair, as you can see on the shading of the hair. Very nice face, very nice. Even the lips are well detailed. All of that, they did a good job on this. You can see the sword going through it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to remove the sword when you pair with the other arm, or it's gonna attach to it. I don't know yet. The one that is attached to the whole diorama, that one, it looked like it was like just part of the arm, like the same, you know, the same polystone. This one has the resin there. So I don't know if it was just a matter of the picture, but if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't the case. This one has a clear resin. So these are two different pieces. This I like. This is something that perhaps they're gonna do with the other one. It's just maybe the picture, it didn't look that great there, but here it looks fantastic, and she again looks gorgeous there. This is definitely perhaps one of my favorite, or my favorite piece, alongside Shadowcat. Tearing apart that with the sword with the katana. Very, very nice piece. More pictures, concept pictures. Nice close-up. Very nice. This is a very nice piece, and again, you know, they go together well. Super nice. And this gives us an idea of the scale. A nice little piece. Definitely this is a must-have. Now this is a great Storm. Storm is always a photogenic character that really does well. I haven't really seen Storm pieces that I dislike. We have seen this concept, of course, of the tornado under her feet many times before with custom pieces, Kotobukiya. The pose, I would say they could have been better. But it's not bad at all. And I really like this. Is kind of like a clear resin on it. Simple. It's very good. The paint job as well. There are some books flying in there. We have to remember the concept was that they were battling at their, in this case, at their school, which is kind of cool. And of course, the wooden panels and all of that being destroyed, torn apart. That's very good. I like these little things. These little pieces of detail add up to the value of any diorama. Again, the pose is fine. The only thing I would say that I'm not would say too crazy about, it seems that her face feels more mature. This is like a more mature version of, in this case, of Storm, and not the younger version. And I would love to see like a more youthful face, but it's not the case, you know. But not saying that the piece is bad. I like it. It really works well with the diorama, and standalone piece, of course, you get that option, which is fantastic, which is great. But yeah, of course, these are Photoshop pictures. More concepts on it. This one also have been nice if you would have two different portraits. This one with the long hair and one with just with the ponytail, like it happened also with Will's Portasio did that version a lot in the 90s. So those are the two versions. Of course, they take a lot of 90s inspiration on these statues, but of course they give it a more modern look as well. As you can see right there. Very nice. I love that resin that they're using there. It's not translucent. Actually, this resin, now come to think of it, would have been nice. This type of resin would have worked better to do, in this case, Iceman. Just the piece. I would say just the piece, but the power that is coming through, they couldn't just simply go with the clear resin. But this would have been nice just for the body of Iceman. They didn't think it through. It's just my opinion, of course. But look at that. Really like the concept. Well, guys, there you have it. I gotta be honest with you. I'm excited for this piece. I'm excited for the whole concept. And I hope Iron Studios produces more of these dioramas, these large dioramas in the future, not only for Marvel, but also for DC, Star Wars, and so on. I think they have the talent and they are proving it with this piece. However, I do have concerns in regards to the pricing, the fact that everything is actually very close together, the release time. So that makes it even harder for collectors, or like in this case, common collectors like myself, to really get them all because of the high price point. But of course, it's a matter of perception, it's a matter of opinion, and also depends a lot on the size of your wallet. But what is your opinion? Are you interested on this collection? Are you excited for it? Which one is your favorite on the whole set? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless you, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.